All right, so we've got Actionetics MD purchased and it should be active inside the account. Just to double check, I'm going to go ahead and check on that. Actionetics up here at the top. So I don't have the button here anymore, so that means it's active. And I can also double check that by going into my account details. And if I go to account billing, I can just basically see really quickly. Yep, so everything's set up right here. So that's how I can confirm that it's ready to go and we're on board. Now the next step is to actually get started setting up the integration. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the SMTP settings and you're going to start setting up your emails inside of Actionetics. And so again, remember before, if you wanted to integrate your own, this is where you do it, which is the outgoing SMTP. But we're going to use the internal one that we just set up within ClickFunnels, which is the Actionetics MD. We're going to get started here. Now, as far as setting this up, don't overthink it, don't overcomplicate it. So the title is basically, it's whatever you want to call it. So we're just going to call this test Actionetics MD. Name is going to be from anytime an email is set up and it sends out, it's going to come from someone as some name entity. You can put whatever you want here. You can always have an override with each individual campaign that you set up, but this is the default. So you can, I'm just going to put my name. The email address is, it's got to be coming from a non-Gmail account. So this has to be a custom domain Gmail. Ideally, it's one that is set up with a domain or something similar, but you really want to have something here that is a domain-based email. It doesn't not have to be the same as the domain that you're going to be emailing from. So the domains that I have available inside of here, we're going to just go with Practice Marketing Secrets. If I were to go and set up a Gmail G Suite account using practicemarketingsecrets.com, I could get info@practicemarketingsecrets.com set up as a Gmail G Suite account, and then I could put that as a from email up here. But this is what I have available for now. So the domain is going to be what's inside and registered with ClickFunnels. You should have chosen that one when you set up your account. If you don't like what you chose, you can always go in and set up another. And then the from email is going to be, again, it's got to come from a it can't be like an at Yahoo or at Gmail or at Hotmail. It's got to be from a domain-based email. Address, you have to have an address inside of your ClickFunnels emails. Actually, the regulating bodies that kind of dictate and regulate spam and email, they require you to have an email or an address. So I'm just going to put my business address in there, which is what I would recommend you do as well. And then the footer, you got to make sure that you at least have this piece here, the hashtag UN_SUB hashtag. That's got to be in there no matter what, but there's a couple different things you can do here to put in there. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to paste one in from my other account. All right, so I've got my address in. I'm just going to put the rest of that. And then as far as putting in the footer, this is a footer that you can absolutely use. I'll actually make sure I put this below the video training. Just keep it exactly as is. And what you're going to be doing is this piece right here, you just put your business name. This piece here, you'll put your address. This piece here, you'll put your zip code. Leave everything else the same. Leave the unsubscribe in there. And everything else is perfect. So that way at the bottom of your email, it's going to have your address nice and clean and centered, and then there'll be a small unsubscribe button at the very bottom. You're required to have that button in there. So this is ready to go now. And now I'm just going to put default SMTP integration and save. All right, so it's going to update in just a moment. All right, so it took about 5 minutes to get everything set up for ClickFunnels to update. And so now we're all set up and ready to go. So we can actually start sending emails automated. So if I go to send first email, if I already have a list, I've obviously uploaded into ClickFunnels. This is where I can basically go and start using the templates and plug in an email, and I can blast out an email. But what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to pause and I'm going to go back into funnel setup and kind of show you how to set up the email list so that way everything is kind of set up in sync. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.